So, we're listening to Shore's Lord of the Rings. Wait, where's the title of the song? It's called like the something about the beacons. Oh, this is so confusing. Never mind. Anyway, we got background music from Howard Shore. Great, what do we call it? Soundtrack, whatever. Person for films. So, I just want to talk about The Last Jedi. Yeah, I like this film. It's my favorite of the sequel trilogy of the Star Wars films, like by far. I really like it because I remember watching it in cinemas, and it was unpredictable, and I thought the action was really emotional, especially during segments where drama and action were like crescendoing in different parts. And I really enjoyed the ending of this film. So yeah, I like it. I usually don't try to do a lot of mainstream films, and I don't love this movie. I just want to say I liked it. I thought it was the best of the sequel Star Wars trilogies. Because I was introduced to Star Wars when I was young. I'm 31 years old. So when I went to cinemas to watch Star Wars for the first time, it was the prequel trilogy. So I don't know if it's nostalgia or I just like the storytelling better, but I like the prequel trilogy better than the original trilogy. Um, so this film, Last Jedi, is most critics love it, and I actually kind of agree with them for the most part. Yeah, honors the saga's rich legacy, and I would say even adds more to the lore of Star Wars and delivers, yeah, emotion-rich action, which I definitely agree. Fans are split. Yeah, I've seen this movie talked about online a lot. It's entertaining. Like if you're a Star Wars fan, oh god, there's so many different types of fans who really get passionate about different things, and that's why I'm like trying not to say I love this movie, The Last Jedi. I just like it. For me, it's a lot better than like Rise of Skywalker or Force Awakens in terms of the themes, which I don't really want to spoil. And the twists and turns, which I liked. Didn't love them, but I thought they were good. Yeah. So just in case you didn't know, yeah, because Star Wars is a pretty big deal in the movie world. When George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, made the original trilogy, he wanted to make an allegory about war, the U.S. Invading Vietnam. And in the original movie, or the original trilogy, we have the Rebels and the Empire. So, guess which one's the U.S. and which one's the Vietnam. And with the prequel trilogy, there was also another political allegory that George Lucas intentionally made, or at least try to reference. I mean, if it's about in the prequel trilogy, it's about how authoritarian politicians rise to power, and because of the power they have, they end up sort of controlling everything and manipulating a lot of things. And I think we see that today. Yeah, so like I say, Star Wars fans and fan base is really there are some passionate people there, and a lot of people like to throw around sort of political allegories and stuff. But like when I'm talking about Star Wars the way I am now, I'm just saying this is what the creator of Star Wars intended when he made these films. So I was upset when he decided not to do the sequel trilogy, or at least put it in the hands of someone he trusted with, because I would be really interested to see what types of political allegories to the modern world he would make in the sequel trilogy. I'm sure, like, yeah, whether it comes to authoritarianism or rebels and empires. I mean, it's all good stuff. Like this is one reason why I'm a Star Wars fan when it comes to the themes in this whole franchise. And of course nostalgia too, like I say, for the prequel movies, which I enjoyed when they came out. Okay. Spotify ad. Yeah, so this is me basically kind of giving my thoughts on Star Wars. Just so you know, there are a lot of different views on this, like, decades-long franchise that has really impacted the entertainment culture today. It's just my opinion on it, so don't take it to heart at all. But yeah, get back to, I guess, what this is supposed to be about. I enjoyed The Last Jedi. I would not rewatch it again because, like I say, the whole sequel trilogy as a whole to me is a bit too repetitive and clings too much to the past and not as like forward thinking. Because even though the prequel trilogy, I'm going on again. I'm sorry, you can just get out. I'm gonna talk Star Wars for a bit. Because even though the prequel trilogy is a prequel to the original trilogy, like still that whole prequel trilogy did seem kind of like its own story, its own visual aesthetic, with consistent characters and storylines from beginning to end. Even though you know how it's gonna end, so it's not like I wouldn't call it like fan service. It's just what the creator George Lucas had in mind in the beginning. Yeah, so I guess I'm like sort of weird hot takes. Like, I mean, if you follow Star Wars discourse, a lot of people don't like the prequels, but I do. So I don't want to defend them, I guess, because I really like them. Even today, I don't love them, but I like, damn, like they're not horrible. Like, you know what I mean? So who's in this movie? Like Andy Serkis, he does like he portrays motion capture performances like King Kong, Smeagol Gollum. Here he plays Snoke. It's a pretty good performance. I mean, yeah, this movie has. I mean, yeah, you got legacy characters from the franchise: Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, her final movie. Ah, but she has such a great role in this movie. I think, yeah, Carrie Fisher was really good in this movie. It was interesting because, I think Harrison Ford was supposed to be the main legacy character in Force Awakens, Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi, and Leia in the Rise of Skywalker, but maybe, yeah, because of her passing, of her death. I think after this movie was production finished and before it was released, I guess they put her in a bit more because she and Luke have a lot of good screen time in this. Yeah, I got like just soundtracks from movies. Not movies I particularly love, but just like good music soundtracks in the background here. Yeah, this movie also has Adam Driver. He's great. John Boyega. He's great. Oscar Isaac. Daisy Ridley. I haven't seen Daisy in anything else except this, but she's great in this. Yeah, Gwendolyn Christie. Wish she had a better role in this. Whatever. Kelly Marie Tran. Yeah, she had a good role in this. Laura Dern. I liked her too. Benicio del Toro was kind of weird. But not bad. Just like different weird. But he was good too. Don Hall Gleason. Oh, this guy, yeah, is an interesting stuff. Like, yeah, they got a great cast of like good actors and actresses who have been in really great stuff that I've enjoyed in the past. So yeah, I'm here to talk about Last Jedi and Star Wars, and now I think I'll just sign off because it's been a while. So this is Jurassic Park: Journey to the Island by John Williams. It's great. I'm a piano player. I love the piano because you can play like chords and melodies and things at the same time. But man, horns and strings in unison. Man, that's powerful stuff there. All right, guys. Peace.